Kedge, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Namaste, Sachin bhai. Kaise hai aap? Aap theek hai Gujarat mein? See that?
What language was that?
Bruv,
I think it's more salam alaikum.
Why?
He's transferred.
Oh, where are you now?
He's been deployed.
I'm not in the rat anymore, mate.
You're not in the rat? Where are you in? You in the doobs?
I'm in the doobs.
Ah, salam alaikum bhai. There you go. There you go.
Yes,
How's it going? Well, hold a minute. So sorry, I have to get, because I'm freezing my chitar off here. What was the temperature of your chitar in the rat? And what is your temperature of your chitar in the doobs?
The chitar in the rat was about, it was about 27, 28. So it was nice. But
right.
I mean, the India heat is a bit different. Like, I can't compare that to, Like, I'd rather, to be fair, I'd rather be in the cooler weather. Do you know what I mean?
That's more Betty Swallocks.
Yeah. And now I'm in the doobs, and the weather today was about 29 when I was out and about. It was lovely. It was lovely.
Yeah. Beautiful. See, this is a good time of year for Dubai.
But I tell you
January, perfect.
I tell you what, I'm getting it from everyone back at home, because they're sending me screenshots of the weather apps and stuff saying, "Have you seen the temperatures here, bruv? Like, you're come back this week. Have you seen the temperatures?"
Oh yeah. So you're gonna walk right into it there. But hold on a minute. I don't want to shatter your dreams already that early on in the podcast.
But I know you will at some point. So let's just get it done now.
No, let's not get it done. Let's have a little bit of shatter your dreams foreplay, and tell me more about the lovely time you're having out there. Tell me what you've been up to. Because honestly, it's cold. Kedge is working. I'm doing my little bits of work as well. It's the same old. I'm like literally living this through you now. Like the sunshine. And even, can we take a little moment to say, even the picture you just sent of the dosa, right?
Oh, that was today.
It looks so crisp. It looks fresh. The chutney looked beautiful.
And you know what? The reason why I sent that in the group was because I just said to Kedge, I was like, Kedge, I went to the part of Dubai that I don't think I've been to in about 10 years. And I know Kedge knows it well, because that's where he used to get all of his fake garms from.
Yeah.
What's that area called?
It's called Al Karama. And I was basically in that area today because I went on the train. Like, I've never been on the metro there, and just ended up in that sort of region. And then, and we're looking for lunch, and I was like, let's go there. Dosa, you can't go wrong with a fresh dosa. And I was like, I'm just going to send it in the group. And I knew you'd love it, Tommy. I knew you'd love it.
But you know what? Tell you what, you can also see from the picture. You can see the sun shining. Look at the light on the picture. If I took a picture of that food, of that same plate of food here.
Oh yes, it's morel here, mate.
You can see the sun is shining somewhere, and it's bright, and the chutney is nice and green, and the dosa is perfectly positioned across the whole
10
party.
ring lights on that, and it'll still look like a pancake.
Yeah, right. So it represents so much. It represents eating that and eating it in the sun. And I'm sorry, even in Dubai and in India and in back home, I'm sure people go Pakistan, Sri Lanka, whatever. The spices are more spicy.
Yeah, but I think, Tommy, that's what I think I had a problem with in India. Like, because, for example, we know, like, look, for example, we go out for a ruby in the UK. We kind of know what you're going to get, yeah? Like,
it's the same old swad.
You know what the flavor's going to be. In India, it's a different. Our palates are not ready for this, because it's a different. It's a different level.
You got pure, spice. But that's because you got pure grade, uncut, high end Kaiser Soze. Not Kaiser. What's his name? Narcos levels of spice in India.
Kaiser Soze, though. I mean, let's pick up on that. That could be a footballer, couldn't it? Kaiser Soze. It could be. You know.
You know what Kaiser Soze is? You know what he's from, right?
No, go on, tell me.
Oh, that's bruv. Usual Suspects. Kaiser Soze.
Oh, I've missed that one.
You never watch Usual Suspects?
No.
You could still watch it to this day.
Yeah, I probably. I mean, it's done.
I mean, it did kind of give me a Kaiser saw something, but
yeah. Kaiser sauce.
Yeah, basically, it was, and that's what I mean. Like, as much as the food, don't get me wrong, it was incredible in India. And I've got to say, I put a post up on the weekend when I checked out of the Marriott where I stayed, and I've got to say, I think it's one of the best hotels I've stayed in.
Unbelievable! Wow, look at that. Oh, look at that! Look at now. Someone has become a bit of a jump jar of Modi as well. Do you mean, what?
No, it wasn't even that.
Campaign for Visit Gujarat.
No, it wasn't. Like, and to be fair, it's nothing like that. But it was just, I was just so shocked that you get that level of service in that place, because I mean, I've been going there since I was a kid, and it was never like that. So
yeah, but that's because you always went to some next person's house and stuff, innit? They never had all of that.
No, but they never had this, Kedge, back then either.
Yeah, no, you're right.
This has just come about in the last
levels
2-3
are increasing.
years.
Yeah, but can we just take it back a bit? Because hold on a minute. Sach, the man from South London, he's done kite flying on Tommy's little common, right?
Yes,
in East London. But Sach finally went and did it original styly in Gujarat. Come on, can we have a little bit of that? What was that like? That experience?
And I forgot we did kite flying over last. Was that last year or the year before?
No, it was that was almost year one, I think, of the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so what did you did Makar Sankranti in Gujarat?
Gujarat. I did. It was there, and so basically, finished off breakfast that morning in the hotel as normal, and the chef comes over to me, and goes, "Oh, you're going to get involved with the kite flying," and I was just like, "What are you on about that? What's this?" And then he was kind of, and it was just like, "No, come outside." So basically, it was so nice. Like the whole hotel emptied out on their lawn. The hotel put on kites and all the strings, and they had everything for everyone. They had a massive buffet with chicky and all the nuts and the food and everything was just going on. And it was just like, cool. It's all free.
Time out. What's chicky?
Oh.
The chicky girls. You don't know what the chicky girls are?
Chicky. How do you explain what chicky is? It's like. Do you know like sesame?
No, I'll tell you what it is. It's a sesame snap, and you get sesame snaps, Tommy. You know what they are, and you remember Mr. Tom's.
That's it, Mr. Tom's.
Yeah, the nut.
So it's all stuck together. It's all stuck together, and you get them in little squares. Yeah. I'm not a fan of chicky.
Together with like honey. Is it honey?
Yeah, honey, ghee, whatever.
Ghee, gourd, anything.
Yeah.
Jaggery.
Yeah. But I mean, the question on everyone's lips, Sach, and that's and every Brownlow listener right now is, did you get it up?
I did. I got it up. And it went in a tree, man. Honestly, it was. Do you know what? It was a flashback. It was a flashback of what happened in Epping Forest when we went with Tommy's kite.
Yeah, but hold on. Firstly, is this your own kite? Did you go to the shop and buy it?
No,
do you have a kite expert there with you? Is it like an uncle or a cousin or a kaka and all that goes?
No,
how did you get it up?
It was literally, so basically it was me and it was some fella. There was another dude at the hotel that was just there by himself as well. And we were just chatting, like I see them at breakfast and that. There was just all sorts of people there. I met so many random people. It's unbelievable. Yeah. And we're just playing around, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, cool! I'll grab that end, like throw it up in the air. You just like try run off with it, basically." And
I wish you would film this. I would love it. Someone holding one end, you running away with your end. I love it.
It was brilliant. And Kedge, the tunes were just banging out. There was like 2 massive speakers playing like all Bollywood music. Everyone was dancing and stuff. Like you. It was honestly, that event was for you.
I would have loved that.
No, but I'm happy that Sach experienced it and has enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? Because Sach is so like, Mr. He like Sach would be that guy, that show Idiot Abroad. I'm not saying Sach is an idiot, but it's all new experiences for Sach. And I love
Call
it.
Me worse.
Saw it.
It was a very new experience, and I got to say I really enjoyed it.
And if you said to Sach, go to India and go celebrate Makar Sankranti, go do the kite flying festival in Gujarat. He'd be like, "No, bruv, I don't want to." But because it just worked out this way, you were there. And by the way, do you mind me asking, how's your gran? Because that was one of the big reasons you wanted to go.
She's good. She's really good. It was actually really nice to see her. And thinking about how easy it is now to sort of get to that part of Gujarat, like Surat, because before, bruv, we had to get on a plane to go to Bombay and then get on a train for like 5 hours. Yeah. Now I can just fly in straight from Dubai, and it's like 2-hour flight. And I'm like, maybe I should go a bit more, like maybe once a year. Now I should make a
2-hour flight. Come on, man. It's the. Do you have to speak to her? Do you speak to her in pure Gujarati? Or would you speak to her in English?
I do speak Gujarati.
Yeah, but so when you speak to her, do you speak in Gujarati?
Yeah, but does she understand you?
Of course, I've been speaking to my grandma on a video call once a week for years. So we have our own language.
So she's used to the Croydon Gujarati dialect.
No, but like we can have a conversation. So it's cool.
Okay, look, we can have a conversation. Okay, we can handle all the main topics. We're not going into deep.
Yeah, we ain't going in. I'm going to talk about stuff like, I don't know, random stuff that we wouldn't even know words for, innit? It's just like you got to know the stuff.
Just like, happy chair, saddle chair, all right chair, thank you chair.
No, you ain't got to chuck a chair onto anything. But But it was nice. But I think, you know, the one thing that I always kind of see when I go India and I you know, I've always kind of liked it when I've gone there. But I always it's the people, man. Honestly, I just always see the most randomest stuff ever. And I've got to say, the flight back from Gujarat. I mean, I think it's the first time I've flown into Gujarat. So it's
really?
like it was
a
flight.
Always take a train?
Always take it because it's just. You can't access that place. Like you have to get on a train from Bombay. Right. And it's the first time I flew into Gujarat. And can I say, like, the activities that were going on a plane, like, it was just like I think it could have been, and it wouldn't have surprised me because, for example, like number one, like Gujaratis don't know how to play baggage Tetris with the putting your bag in the plane compartment. They just don't know how to do that.
There's an art to it.
Because firstly, they're all illegal sized suitcases that they're bringing on anyway.
Of course. Like it says clearly, you're only allowed to bring on a rucksack, but they have the wheelie bag, and it's not just a small wheelie bag. It's
it don't fit in that frame.
No,
I guarantee you that.
And then like the geezer behind me was like he was the last one to get on the plane. There was no space for his bag to be put anywhere. Then his bag got taken off him and just banged in any old thing, and then he kicked off because he had tepala in it, and he goes, "Well, I can't eat on the plane."
I knew it. His kakara got squashed. Love it.
Ow! Ooh, what's the matter? My kakara got squashed. Get off!
Honestly,
I went to a strip club. She gave me a lap dance, and she squashed my kakara.
Well, she broke him. She would have broken them.
Kakara fragile. Do you know what I mean? If you get them squashed,
these were the kind of issues that were coming.
Made me into a kakara bakra.
That and the other thing I noticed was you should never put Indians in a lift either. That was another thing that I kind of picked up on, because even though the arrow tells you that it's going up, they just still go in and they want to go down. And I'm
but they like the ride with you.
It's like I think someone needs to go over there and explain to them that if the arrow is going down, just wait until the arrow turns around so it's going in the direction that you
can I be honest? Actually, that right there, if you make them do that, you're taking away from their Indian cultural instinct and mentality, which is actually the lift is here. So why wait here for this lift to go up, down, and then come back for me? I'm just getting on it now.
Because I'll tell you why.
I'm getting myself in. That's the Indian.
I tell you why. Because that's the problem. Because now you've just gone and blocked the mans that are standing there to come out. So you're going to have to come out the other end for me to get out from the back.
Sorry. I know what the repercussions are. I'm just telling you, as the Indian mentality is.
So you don't care?
Forget me too. Me first. Me first movement is what the hashtag would be. Like, me first. Let's get in.
So, I mean, just following on from those observations, I've got 3 observations this week that I need to sort of just share with the group.
Can I just give you my one last observation very quickly about India? Because and it was about, obviously, you know, watching a lot of TV out there, and it was what people like, you know, stars over there, like, you know, your Bollywood stars and stuff are advertising, and it always kind of makes me, you know,
I do like that.
Interested in
it's
what's
all the
happening.
most real random thing.
It's so random. So, you know, the biggest couple of India at the moment, Virat and Anushka, they're advertising Lux soap.
Yeah, obviously.
Soap.
Yeah.
Lux kya scene hai.
But Lux is big over there.
It was exactly like that. And I thought, well, that's a bit random. Then there was Akshay
That was
Kumar.
a chat-up line, by the way, that I learned in India.
What's that?
They would say Lux kya scene hai.
And did you?
That was no.
You chat anyone up with that?
But you would use that as a you know, just generally, like if something was like pretty looking sick and everything like that, you just go, Lux kya scene hai.
So that was, sorry, just so I can clarify this.
That's the tagline, yeah.
And that's the line that you dropped into single Indian girls.
No. But it was, what I'm saying is, that was a possibility. That was like, you know, it was a craze at a time. Like, you know, like if there was a ladki or there was a ladka, you know, and the girls are all chatting and looking in to go, Lux kya scene hai, like that. Sin kya, you know, from our friend Divine.
Yeah.
It was
Don't
just
try and see. Yeah, that's hilarious.
No.
I just thought,
you know, it's that local knowledge that I just add to it that, you know, you wouldn't know. Carry on.
Check out my bar of soap, mate.
Yeah.
And then there was Akshay Kumar casually just, you know, sponsoring Harpic bleach, and I thought
Akshay Kumar had to get that rug of hair more looking white.
Bro, honestly, I was just like, what is this guy? And then this was the most interesting one. And obviously, Dhoni, we know, is retired from playing cricket.
Yeah.
he's got his own tile adhesive company in India, and I think he actually owns it, and he's selling tile. He comes on TV and he's selling tile adhesive.
See, I would love to know what the connection is.
What would be the marketing? Let's just quickly do that. What would be the marketing campaign for Donny? Right, Donny's got the latest collection, the latest tile adhesive product releasing. Come on, guys. So we're thinking. Let's go brainstorming. Right. So how are we going to sell this? What would be the marketing? All right. Sach knows what the advert looks like, but Tommy, you and I, what would be the advert? How are we going to do this?
So he's going to do something where he does his helicopter shot, right?
Okay, right. I was thinking same helicopter. Yeah, how do we
think of that?
Helicopter adhesive? How do you do that?
And the bats keep slipping out of his hands until he puts the adhesive on, and then the bat stays in his hands, and he gets a 6. That's the advert.
Bang!
Bub, there was not a
helicopter shot. Slip. Oh, slip in the field. Of course, that's it. Slip.
They didn't. Honestly, I didn't even realize it was Donny until I looked at it a few times, because I was thinking, there's no way this guy is selling tile adhesive. It was so random.
Did it come in a gun?
No, it came in a round tub, like a big sort of bucket kind of thing.
Oh wow, that is incredible. Yeah. That is, I mean, I love it. I love that.
And very finally, the last thing was Ranveer Singh selling that mouth freshener. Do you know it comes in little packs?
What, bun?
No,
basically
it's like sauce sachets,
like little
mukwas.
Yeah, he was promoting that. Him and Amitabh Bachchan in the same advert, and I thought, that's going to cost a bomb, innit?
Well, this is what I was going to say. So, now that you've seen all these ads, who do you think was getting the most out of that advertising contracts? I think the Harpic one. To get for Harpic,
I think it's Akshay Kumar with the bleach. Definitely. It's so random. But I mean, then I thought about it, and I thought,
would you go and tell your wife, I saw Akshay Kumar clean the toilet with Harpic? I think we should get it. Do you know what I mean? That's the conversation. There's going to be women up and down the road going, Akshay Kumar, yeah, baby.
Well, what we do know about Akshay Kumar is that he is rough, rugged, strong. Nothing's
he's not rough and rugged anymore. He's sorted himself out. He's a bit of a
mellow fellow.
But now he's a bit of a
guy. Now he's domesticated.
He's domesticated.
But he's still a tough guy. He still physically work out and all that kind of stuff.
So twinkle on your toilet seat, use Harpic. Yeah. Get it, twinkle. You see what I did there?
Hey, you want to blast away the bad guys? Use my bleach. Use Harpic. That's what I pick.
Brings the twinkle to your toilet, and then you see Twinkle kind of opening the door.
No, they would have had to pay more for that.
Oh yeah. No, but then he could have just name checked it.
Yeah,
every garden needs a Twinkle.
Right, and then what he can say that he wheezes over the seat.
Get the real Twinkle of the toilet.
No, he wheezes over the seat, so he'll go every time I sprinkle. Sprinkle gets mad. So it's got to be a little rhyme of that. Just don't have an angry twinkle.
Yeah.
Clean up your sprinkle. Yes. Use Harpic bleach. There you go.
Lovely. There you go.
And keep the twinkle in your eye, not on the seat.
We should move over there and definitely do the market campaign.
Yes, this is brilliant. Anyway, God, this is another job. Why are we not doing this job? Forget the brown note. Anyway, but while we're at it, I'm going to bring out some of the sort of topics that have basically just sort of annoyed me this week a little bit. And
are these your 3 observations? This is what you're going to tell us?
There's 3.
Come on, let's have it.
The first one I'd like to just bring to everyone's attention. I don't know if everyone is, but the Brit nominations were out.
Oh.
And the best artist nomination category, they're all male. Not one female.
Ooh.
Not one.
But hang on a minute.
No,
was that deliberately done like that? Because I don't think it would have been.
Well, all I'm saying is that it was only a few weeks ago that we were up in arms because a certain country holding the World Cup have rights issues against women, against children, against men, against labourers, and all of that. And how dare they hold a World Cup? And we sent a contingent of commentators, presenters, broadcasters, everybody out there to highlight the issues of all of this injustice in the country.
Yeah.
So, sorry, where is Lineker Bhai? Where is Shira? Where is everyone now highlighting the injustice to female artists in England? Are we going to... do we need to get, Mohammed bin Al Fayed Sheikh Rashid from, like Dubai to come here and now sort of do a show saying, hold on a minute,
what's wrong with the Brits?
Yeah, or we just now should Qatar have to boycott Man City?
Okay. So just
playing football. What's that? Where is?
Just to flip that then, Kedge, do you think they should have put a female in there for the sake of it then?
Well, no, but there's many a female artist who justified, and I should be in that category.
Who?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not in that music scene. But
Madonna.
You're telling me.
She's got a couple of big songs.
You're telling me that there was no British singer, female, who could have made it into the best artist. You know what I mean? And I just think, hello, where's it? Why is this not being highlighted? Anyway, that was it's a burning issue. And I thought, it had to be brought to people's attention. Are we going to do it? Are we going to sort of who's wearing the armbands now during the football game?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I see your point.
Where's Alex Scott?
And just to point out, it's not like a niche music award show. The Brits is, I would say, for anybody who doesn't know, for whatever reason you're listening around the world, the Brits is as big as it gets as a music award show. For people
Harry
in
Styles
the UK.
confirmed today as performing at the gig.
Who is?
Harry Styles.
Oh, right. I mean,
another male.
Like literally, it's the best of the best, and it's it's your Ed Sheerans, your Adeles, and all that. They just dominate it, and that's why even when like grime artists or someone who's a little bit left field, maybe in their music or their style, gets a nomination in any of the categories, it's a big deal to those people. It puts them on a platform.
Of course,
so you're right, actually, Kedge. There should be a bit more balance, or at least maybe this year, if they thought, hang on a minute, we've just got our all-male best artist category, I would have just done an all-female one as well. And gone,
they got rid of that last time as well, the female category. So then you would have thought, well, hold a minute, are you having a laugh, mate? Are you having a laugh after everything that because we were on top of that moral mountain, weren't we? Only a month ago.
We were.
Yeah.
And so it just angered me, and hopefully I'm hearing loads of clapping from our Brando listeners and going, yes, Kedge should be Prime Minister. Anyway, on to the next one. And my next little bugbear that I've got is that, as you know, I get into work.
It sounded like you said bugbear. It sounded like you said bugbear.
Well, you bring the link very closely into what I'm going to, sort of go on to next. And it does probably involve a few buds as well. As you know, I get into work on the first train in, right, from my ends that goes into central London. So it's the first train in, right? So it's select people. It's, you're really committed to the cause because you have to get in at a certain time.
That's a special club, that first train club.
Exactly. Because
there's
a respect.
And if you see someone else come randomly on it, it's like, they've got to kind of earn their stripes to be on that train.
Agreed. And everyone's got their seats. Everyone knows where they sit, and it's quite a limited thing. So I always sit in this sort of slightly open area thing near the toilet, but not directly opposite it, but in the corner where you just got like one seat, because I know not many people sit there, and it's just a bit more space and all of that kind of stuff. So
I don't like sitting in the toilet, by the way, on the train.
In the toilet?
Near it. I don't even like being near
it. Okay, yeah, no, I don't like being near it, but I just, because this area is always empty, and so there's less coronavirus chances as well, and the door's open near it as well. So
but you might get weed on or something, but
yeah.
Well, so I just want to. There's this one.
Did someone rip on you, Kedge?
Yeah.
No, there's a couple of people who get on the train at that time in the morning, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the first thing they do is they go to the toilet, and they drop an absolute massive, T-Rex. And I'm thinking, bruv, how can you get on the train at 6 a.m. and the first thing you do is drop one? What have you done in the minutes of your day to have not done that at home? What is it and then also to drop one like that in the train, like it's disgusting. Toilet, it's horrible.
Where are you going to drop it though, Kedge?
No, but why have you not got the system before you've got to? Why is it the first thing that you do when you get on the train? And then the rudeness, because you've got the open and close button. They don't close the door after. Oh, bindas smell.
Oh, wow, that's not right.
And see, that's any shudder.
No,
do you not have any shame?
That is your fault for sitting by the toilet, bro.
No,
that's exactly why.
It don't matter where you sit. I've got my mask on and I've got aftershave on, so I'm just breathing that, and it's like, But I'm like, well, look at this. What kind of human does this?
Well, okay. Firstly,
have you ever been on the toilet?
You're making a little bit. You're making a little bit.
Your face, and you have to go and wee. Have you ever had to go and do a number 2 on a train? Come on.
Right. Short answer to that, yes. Not only that,
Tommy would have.
And you know what? Okay, lots to say here. What order do I do this in? Firstly, I got no issues about doing poos. You know how some people are like, oh, I've been blocked up for 2-3 days. Oh, I can't do one. Or the kid.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not. I don't care about your bowel movements and how good they are.
Whatever in public, right? My whole thing is, relax. Do a poo wherever. Like, if you're relaxed, then you can poo wherever. See, you're making that face. You're creating these issues. So everyone around you is going to have these issues. What's it to you whether Bunda gets on?
But does it
on the plane?
Leave your house, self-suffered, and that's it. You've got your own phone at home.
Who are you on the train?
What are you doing at home that you haven't managed to process all of that at home?
But some days you might have had the dirty Ruby before the night before, and then you've got problems. Then what?
Yeah, but
or there's a delay. Or you ran out the door quickly that day. But
early, Baba. Why do you have to do that on the train? And it's moving, and it's just like, and it's dirty as well.
No.
And it's
my biggest issue, my biggest concern, Kedge, here is you, Kedge. You give other people's bowel movements so much time in your thought. But look at this. He's sitting there. And you can imagine, Kedge is that guy. When the person's walking into the toilet, he's looking around.
I am.
Yeah, he is.
No, I'm looking at them going, you better. But why does he shut the door when he goes in to sit down? So then why not shut it when you finished? Come on, a little bit of respect.
Well, would you like him to leave it open then?
He might as well have. Do you know what I mean? Because he leaves it open afterwards and everything all flies out of there anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's
my housemate at university he didn't close the toilet door when he used to go to the toilet. He didn't like to miss out on chat. So he'd actually say, come and chat to me from outside the toilet.
I'd kick him out the house.
Everyone's different. I'm saying everyone's different. I think, Kedge, you need to respect people's early morning dirty, because actually there's something quite satisfying about I'm going to get on a journey, go to train. Oh, dirty coming, clear that one out, and then now you sit on that journey, relax.
But I don't understand why you can't just clear that out at yours.
Exactly.
It wasn't due. It wasn't due then. It's like saying, why didn't you
eat? If it's not due, then hold it.
Oh my God,
you're just 20 minutes.
Kedge, why did you eat lunch at work? Why didn't you eat lunch before you left the house?
But hang on a minute. It's like, then, well, why can't you just wait until you get to your office then?
Exactly.
Maybe it's coming though. Hello?
Honestly, I knew Tommy would be absolutely defending the train goers. I mean, it's honestly.
Why do they have toilets on trains?
If you're under 6, I let you off. But other than that, as a grown man, if you can't control that moment, I mean, at 6 a.m, please, bye-bye, come on. Anyway, and the next thing, I just had a moment, and it's just a quick question, because I thought, you know what? No one's asked this question, and I'm going to ask you two. You know when you hang your clothes on hangers?
Yeah.
How do I hang my clothes?
No. You know when you hang your clothes on hangers. Do you go hook in or do you go hook out?
Okay, hook in. Definitely, because I'm so hook facing away from me. So I've got 2 rails, as it were, like a rail at waist height, rail above. Yeah. And the hooks are all facing away from me. It's against the wall, obviously.
Facing inwards. Yeah. Into the cupboard.
So mine's a walk-in wardrobe. So I'm just saying it's just rails, obviously. Right? So it's hangers facing the wall.
Yeah, Sach?
Inwards.
Yeah. No, inwards. Because the way I look at it is that it's just quicker to get out then, because you ain't got to go.
I bet you, because I just thought, who hangs their clothes the other way around? And they are. I mean, I think they need to be sort of, I'd love to get their brain checked out.
Can I say something?
People to go the other way.
Quite a deeply distressing thing for me is when one is turned the other way. Maybe let's say as I'm putting it in, it's turned.
I hate that. I hate that.
Or I've done it in a rush, or I've done it in the dark, or whatever. And they're tangled up. When hangers get tangled.
And the follow-up question to that is then, if your shirts or your sweatshirts, are they facing left or right?
Good. These are great questions, Kedge.
I know. This is really important.
And all to the left. So okay, can I? I'm looking at the rails.
You're looking at, and they're going left.
Yeah, everything.
Controversial. Nah, mate, I'm going right.
Oh, really?
No, it's got to be left, bro.
I don't know why that is. Left? It would feel wrong if it was facing right.
Nah, mate.
The door to the wardrobe bit is on the right. So it could face right, but actually, I don't know, maybe because I'm left-handed.
My door opens like that.
Yeah.
So the door opens to, like, you pull it out on yourself to the left. And then all my clothes are facing the left way.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, all my clothes go right. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so on that note, let me add to my little complex. This is such a little stupid little thing of my life and the world. But you know how some hangers, the hooky bit doesn't turn? Like a lot of hangers.
Yeah. You can get solid ones. Already shaped. Ones. Yeah.
And then obviously, if you get a nice hanger, like I've got some nice hangers. It's a bit of a mix.
Of course. Yeah.
Right. But the wooden ones that are a little bit rounded, like your shoulders would be, like they kind of go forward.
Nice for the jackets, the smart jackets.
Yeah. So there's only one way you can put your jacket on that, right?
Correct.
And then I put the jacket on. Then I realize I haven't looked at where the hooky bit is. Hooky bit's facing the wrong way. Hooky bit doesn't turn. So now I've got to take my jacket off, turn it the right way around, and put it back on because
good man.
Of that. Because I can't handle it all facing different directions.
Only ever.
Good question.
Only ever. The important questions on the brown load.
I do think that hangers are a bit out of date, though.
What do you do with your cupboard?
Why haven't we got better technology to hold up our clothes? It's just
so
basic.
Point. It's so basic. It's one of those inventions that hasn't moved on.
Yeah, and it's just a faff. You've got to take it's got to go through the top bit of your t-shirt and stuff. And say if it's like quite tight, then it's stretching it and all of that.
From underneath, though, isn't it? Up.
No, but then even if you go underneath, you might catch it inside and all of that. It's just
it's
true. Just a fact. Do you see what I mean? Then it's a bit like that.
Wow, we're ready to banish hangers. That's where we are. Let's cancel hangers.
Right. Well, actually, the great thing about the brown load, if I can add in my observations now, right? The great thing about the brown load is when we put our problems out there, the people come with the solutions.
Yeah.
Can I please take a moment to big up B21_clinic?
Hang on. Is that the Bhangra group?
Is that what he's doing nowadays? Now that he's retired from the Bhangra scene?
Well, imagine the amount of back pain you get from doing Bhangra, right? So this is the B21.
Early back pain, Jagpal.
No, there's no connection, but this is a chiropractic effectively in the B21 area, which I think is Birmingham, Midlands, that way. And mate, obviously last week on the podcast, I told you about my back problems. I told you about my boiler problems and how the house was cold. My back went, I was lying on the floor. I called out to Milo, he didn't put his iPad down. He carried on watching it as he walked over. Clearly I'm on the floor in pain. I asked him to close his back doors because the doors were closed. It's blowing even colder. I'm lying on the floor. My wife stepped over me. Now, that was a key thing. She walked into the kitchen, saw me lying on the floor, and stepped over me like I was just someone on the street, and she had no care for me whatsoever. I was shocked. I considered divorce. I considered many things, right? Yeah. But my point is, and then when I told her what the problem was with my back, nothing. No, you're right. Do you need ibuprofen? Do you need Nurofen? And that was it. End of conversation. B21 Clinic messaged me. Look, honestly, the messages go on and on because we went back and forth a few times. Full reference. Mate, ice would have helped reduce the inflammation. The Indian mentality is always to heat things up. Don't do that. You should apply it like this. Put an ice pack on. Yeah. Apply for 15 minutes.
Is he what? So he's a chiropractor, is it, or something?
Yeah. And he goes, this is the key bit. This was like the psyche bit. And I do get like a little pinch in my hip, right? Yeah. I never said that. But from the podcast last week, he goes...
He diagnosed you.
Huh?
He's diagnosed you all. This is incredible.
God, man, this guy's better than Ramdev.
Bro, he's better than who?
Ramdev.
Better than Ramdev. And this guy loves me better than Mrs. Sandhu, but better than my wife. Clearly, he showed me more attention.
He wouldn't step over you.
No, he'd go, I know what the problem is. Let me fix it. She just went, get out of the way. You're a fool.
This needs music. This needs Gujarati Mary music. What a lovely man.
Look at this.
He saw you in pain and he came to your help.
But bruv, you know when you're connected to some people, like friends, it might be a guy, might be a girl, might be whatever, but you just go, cool, we're on the same vibe, right?
Yeah.
He then goes on, and I didn't even say this in the podcast, he goes, from what it sounds like, you may have a pelvic problem, which is affecting the lower back. And if you don't strengthen it, it's going to get worse in terms of intensity and frequency. And by the way, he goes, don't ever buy a memory foam bed. They're rubbish.
They are.
They are rubbish.
Yeah, I don't like them. I also feel like the ghost of me is still lying there when I walk.
Yeah, and I don't like being in that divot. I like a new sensation every night.
What about the bed?
You know what I mean? Things I want to say.
You know what I mean, though? It's just like you get stuck in the divot. But you know what, Tommy? I've been telling you for ages. You need to start doing yoga. I know you need to start doing it.
So I went back to him. His name's Hida. I went, wow, Hida. Thank you so much.
He turned out to be your hero, though, didn't he?
Yeah, right. And I went, you're definitely right. It is something in my hip.
Hold on a minute, hero, B21. Have we got any more Bhangra? What is this?
Yeah.
What is this? Has the old school Bhangra fraternity just all got together and now decided to start
yeah. He said the problem is probably in my shin.
Yeah, of course it is.
I'm joking. Right. So he goes, by the way, your lack of underfloor heating because the boiler was gone. He goes, that would have helped. The cold floor would have helped.
Yeah.
And I went, wow, I said, you're amazing. And he went, look, and I just want to share this bit of wisdom with everyone. Most people don't realize the pelvis is designed to take a lot of shock and absorption. My one is pow, 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 pow. I'm joking. Sorry. I didn't say that in the message.
No, because he would have thought, what a lulu.
But he goes, but if it gets locked up, it can't take the pressure. So pressure has to go to the lower back, which in turn irritates the nerves, which feeds to problems in the legs and tightness in the legs. The pelvis can lock up from a fall on a hard surface, slip on the stairs, or just sometimes poor posture. So many reasons lead to that, your pelvis. So basically what I'm saying is, look at that. All that was all free. No reason. I didn't even tell him I was going to mention it. He didn't say mention me on a podcast. Nothing like that.
No.
I just want to say thank you. That means something to me. That means something. That's all. So I appreciate it.
But I mean, the invoice might come in the inbox.
So. Yeah. If I were you, mate, send it.
I feel a little bit obliged. I feel like when I next go to Birmingham, I'm going to just pop in there and go, look, give me a proper session. Let me pay for it. Because you sound like you know me. Now, can you fix me? Can you click? What if he just does one little power little click move and boom, my hips are like.
Yep, click move and I want to hear a song as well.
Yeah.
What was B21's big one? They're like, this one is coming to you live and direct. Mr. Kipling. That one.
Oh, that was a tune.
What was that?
Ranja? Was it Ranja?
Bally Jagpal did Ranja. But what's that?
It's Kuriya Punjabiya, like Mr. Kipling.
No, B21. Oh, yeah, that was.
Yeah.
No, the B21 was that Aja Sonia, wasn't it?
They did Darshan. Giovanni.
And they did Giovanni, yeah. Giovanni. It's a precious thing.
Chandigarh.
Yeah.
Dinraj.
Look after it. Look after your Giovanni. Basically, in that song, she's saying virginity. It's a precious thing.
No, she's not.
Where have you got that
Look after it. What's that mean?
No, it's basically, at the time, you didn't know what Giovanni went. But now when you listen to it, you're like, yeah, bruv, that all went down the gutter, innit? Can't bring that Giovanni back. But talking of Giovanni, and back when you were way back when, and also when Shin and all these people were actually running the scene, it brings us very nicely onto the 90s nostalgia train. And it is definitely arrived at its destination. I'll tell you why. Because have you heard about the big news this week? And that's, do you remember Sony? Right, they're launching a Walkman for modern times. This is
but what with actual tape?
Hold on a minute. 40 years after the original release, it's called Sony's new NWA306, and it's coming into Europe later on this month. It looks a little different to the old cassette one and the CD Walkmans that we used to have back in the day, but there'll be no skips. Because do you remember all of that wobbling and, that kind of stopping and the cassette sometimes freezing, all of that? There won't be any of those issues because
it's going to be... Walkman was with tapes.
Well, no, Walkman, but the Discman had skips, right? Yeah. So, this is all going to be fully digital. And what it means is it's going to be Wi-Fi and Bluetooth compatible. So it lets you download and stream music from apps like YouTube and Spotify. How amazing. The battery life, 36 hours, meaning that you can save your phone's battery power.
Yeah.
And use this throughout the day.
Bruv, this is you just use your phone. You're selling me my phone.
No, but it uses a lot of your power up, doesn't it? This is what it is. So they reckon it. I mean, the thing is about this is I think it's a good idea, but they're saying it's going to cost 350 quid.
Bruv, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea.
I can't believe Sony have got that.
I would rather they bought out the first ever Walkman for like 20 quid, and I'd buy that to play the tapes that I still have.
Well, so what Sony are saying is that when they did the product launch, they said that this player is designed for listeners to hear the music the artist intended to hear, the high quality sound, because obviously we're not getting that high quality sound all the time through all of this. I think that's
really?
a brag. Do you think it's a brag?
Yeah, well, no, that is a bit of a blag, because I'm sorry, but if you listen to music on different formats, it's going to be different quality anyway. And if you're streaming stuff, it's going to be the same as if you're streaming off your phone. I'll tell you where the quality thing comes in is because I read up on that thing. It's got an old school jack on it, like a
headphone jack,
which phones and stuff don't have anymore. So that's where they're kind of saying it's better quality, but that don't make a difference to people's, like regular people's ears.
Sorry, what are you saying there, Sach? Are you saying that the jack plays a part in how, like, it's like a HDMI cable? Like, it's a better cable?
It's better quality. Cable. It's better because it's a steady connection rather than it going through a Bluetooth sort of compression and stuff.
But so I've got to say, as you were just telling that story, though, okay, as you were talking about Discmans and all that, I just got a proper nostalgia surge. Can I say something? In general, I would almost say I suffer from nostalgia. Like sometimes
to that age now,
I can hear a song and it's like I'm time traveling with it. Like I can almost feel a bit sick because I'm back in that time.
I don't feel sick. It just puts me in that rave or in that moment or what I was doing in my life.
So with the Discman, as you said, the Discman's got so much significance in my life because it came out when I was in my teens, obviously, but I just got a job at Olympus Sport. I was 16 years old. I'd had a couple of months worth of wages going in, and obviously you don't spend it because your parents go, "Oh, you've got a bank account now."
Spend it, yeah.
The wages go straight in. And then I was in sixth form, so I'm like, I must be 17 actually, 16, 17. But I'm in sixth form, and I remember someone came into school that morning and went, "Hey, guess what? Dixon's are doing half price Discmans, right? You remember Dixon's the electric, right?
What make was it
today? And they're going fast, right?
What make was it? Was it Iowa?
Iowa was a good. I went to Dubai and got the Iowa.
Iowa was amazing, man.
Iowa was
because Iowa did a slimline Walkman as well, if you remember, and it had very slick buttons. And I think Iowa was one of the first ones that had that button which just turns the cassette without you having.
Oh yeah, flip it. Yeah. So and I remember we came in, and I remember everyone, and then about 3-4 of us went, "Let's go." And the Dixon's was about 10 minutes walk from the school. And there's a cash put there. And that was one of the first times I'd ever used my cash card. So, I can actually picture being there, drawing out. It was £15 to buy it. I drew out 20 just in case I needed to buy batteries or anything like that. And then and when you draw out your own money for the first time, anyone who's like that age, 50, I don't know if they have that.
It's a big deal.
But it was.
You feel guilty. I remember drawing money.
I felt naughty.
I felt very naughty and guilty. Yeah.
And then I went and bought it, but I took it home, and it was the first CD I put in was what are they called, the girl band who did Stay. Louise Redknapp was in the group.
Eternal.
And I remember I put the headphones in, and I still remember I was in my single bed in my room at night, and I put the CD on. On my own, and the joy I got from Louise Redknapp.
I'm sure you did. You were looking at the cover and all sorts.
I remember.
You never got to the middle part because it was stuck.
I did. And I remember thinking, this is so crisp. It just sounded so clear and wonderful.
So you had to hold the Discman flat.
You just said that your first CD you bought was an Eternal CD.
No, it was I took the Discman home and just grabbed a CD. I think one of my sister's ones. So
what is the first CD you bought?
I don't remember because I was buying records then because I wanted to be a DJ and I didn't think CDs and records really correlated. So,
Kedge, what was the first CD you bought?
My one was, I tell you what, it was a compilation. I recently saw it because I think I posted a picture of it on my Instagram.
Was it a fake
dance? Here we go. Dance Tip 95. 2 CD, mega value, 42 hits, including Out Here Brothers, Corona,
boom, boom, boom.
M People, Clock, Emanate, Nightcrawlers, Living Joy, JX, Coolio, Bobby Brown, Entrance, Human League, Real McCoy. That honestly, look, you probably remember this. Remember this cover?
Yeah. I had that CD.
So good though, wasn't it, Sach? And then I played that at a party, and everyone thought I was a wicked DJ. That was the start and the end of my DJing career.
Brilliant. I remember going to buy CDs, and it was in Woolworths, and I bought 3 CDs in one go because I was a bit of a baller at that point.
Singles or albums?
No, they were singles, so they're £1.99 for a single. You know, you could get a single for £1.99. So I had £6, and I bought. Well, I had a £5 and I borrowed £1 off my dad. Is what I did, and I bought "Get a Superstar" by Praz and
yeah, I had that single.
I bought Casey and JoJo's "All My Life," the single
with the remix on it,
the Ignorance remix.
Ignorance.
And I bought the third single was Lauryn Hill "Doo Wop," and that was in 1997.
Oh,
can I just say the Ignorance remix? I mean, you play that now.
Who plays that? No
one plays it. No DJ plays it. But if you drop the Ignorance remix of that song now, it makes my body do weird things. I tell you, it's just you are a G. If you drop the Ignorance remix at any rave, it's so good and it sounds so perfect.
Why is it so good?
I don't know. It's like dink, 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 dink.
Yeah, and they did
the sound.
The Ignorance didn't really do many songs, and they did a remix of a Craig David song as well, and that was incredible as well.
That was incredible as well. Oh my God, the Sach, well done for bringing out a tune. You know, everyone go and listen to that tune right now.
All My Life, the Ignorance remix.
All my life.
So far we got Kedge's Dance Tip 95, Sach and his remixes, and me with Eternal. Stay.
I think that kind of sums us up, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Kedge is the guy who just wants value for money, so he bought the CD that had every single song on it.
No, you know what? Because I remember what I bought it because he had Out Here Brothers on it. So everybody,
there you go.
You bought some clever selections.
Yeah,
and I've just bought pop, cheese, girly anthems.
Yeah,
great,
love it.
Right.
But yeah, so over the things we've seen, because I don't know about you, but I'm going to go first on this because I have seen quality telly recently, and I've just got to share it with you guys. Yeah. Firstly, there was a lot of hype over the Christmas, just before the Christmas period, about a show called The White Lotus. It was season 2 that came out. Season 1 came out a while ago. And it's got one of the leading actresses in it, Jennifer Coolidge, who's a brilliant actress.
Coolidge, what a
Coolidge, name. Yeah. And guys, I mean, maybe not for Sach, but Tommy, you would love it.
What?
You know what? I don't think this is on the Desi radar. So I'll be honest with you. This is like one. There's always.
You're saying, hold on. Let's get it clear. Statement. It's a statement from Kedge now.
No.
Brown people don't watch White Lotus. Is that what you're saying, Kedge?
Well, I just think there's not that many.
Stick with it. Commit to it, Kedge. It's all right.
I'm just saying that I haven't come across any Asian that I can chat to about the White Lotus because it doesn't. It's like Westworld. You know, a lot of things on HBO doesn't cross over well. I think there's something wrong in the HBO marketing sort of department. They don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's because they don't have an office in Ahmedabad.
Probably. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of BO, but not HBO. So.
I can confirm that is true.
BO. Yeah. It's more like, hey, BO. But basically, yeah, it's a brilliant show. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. Don't read about it. Just watch it, and it will just take you through a brilliant journey. But it just gets you thinking, a lot of underlying issues. It's just amazing, well written.
Do you have to watch season 1?
You know what? I was thinking about that because I thought, you know what? If I get Tommy, he might just jump onto season 2. And season 2 is better than season 1. It's a bit more intense. What happens? The storylines. There's loads of different storylines in that one big story. But I think you should start from season 1 because then the characters some of the characters sort of cross over into season 2. Not all, some.
Am I right? Because I think I've seen okay. Firstly, I've been hearing loads of great things about White Lotus as well. By the way, it's become the thing that a lot of people are raving about. Is it Japanese or is it Chinese?
No. American writer. No? Brilliant. American.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if it was a foreign thing.
No.
I think because of the Lotus. I thought Lotus.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's nothing to do with that. The White Lotus is basically the name of a hotel.
Okay, fine.
And it's what happens in a hotel. And the second thing that you've got to watch, which is now available on Disney Plus, is the film called The Menu, starring Ralph Fiennes in it. He's the head chef. I didn't have a clue what this film was about. Some people said, oh, you know what? It's a bit of a thriller. It's a bit of a horror film. My God. Yeah. Sach, you will love this film as well. Tommy, you will love it. Just put it on. Don't read about it. It's as someone described it, it's an absolute head. Like it's an absolute mind. Yeah, that one.
Mind mess.
Yes, a mind fudge.
I like that.
It will take you down corners that you'll be like, oh, I weren't expecting that. And it's a brilliant story. So watch that. And the third thing I'm going to say, which I did recommend to you, Tommy. I know I have. The third thing, which again, I don't think it's on a lot of Desi people's radar. And it's, I feel like it's my job to bring it to the Desi people every week. And that, Tommy, I suggested the film to you as well. It's on Netflix. It's called Stutz.
Yes. Now, can I pick up from there then? Because I did start with. So I had actually over a few days ago when Kedge recommended watching Stutz, Stutz.
Well, no, I think you should tell the story.
Yeah. Well, I run Kedge. I run Kedge to say, Kedge, actually, I got a couple of quite close cousins coming over, but they're the kind of cousins where my missus was away for work last week, and the cousins coming over were very close. So I was like, they don't need to be entertained. We're not going to do small talk.
Oh no, I thought you calling them over to Kedge over to take them out like Simanti did. So take them to Madame Tussauds and all of that.
Can you look after them, Kedge?
My cousins.
We know Kedge don't do that no more. And
okay.
And so I was
He was that guy.
And I said one of my cousins does a bit of therapy stuff in Canada. He's kind of helps people just with their mindset and meditation and focus and where they fit into the universe and all those kind of things, right? I said, so I said, I wouldn't mind watching something, put something on the telly. We'll get some KFC in and we'll just chill. The three of us, kids were in bed. And that's when you went, he's a therapist. Then watch Stutz. So Stutz is about Jonah Hill, who's an actor from Superbad. He's been in Wolf of Wall Street. Very funny guy. He's one of my favorite people. I just like the way he talks. Right. And I watched Superbad, which is way too young for me, but I even watched the outtakes just to see what he's like, because he's so funny in the outtakes as well, riffing and freestyle. So, but Jonah Hill's had his mental health issues, right? He goes to see this therapist, Stutz. So he's doing a film about his therapist. But it's heavy going, it's clever going, but it makes you analyze your own life and then work out how you can apply the approach of Stutz. But straight away, Stutz is like, I'm not like other therapists. So I don't just go, hey,
and I love that. I love that intro. It just sucks you straight in. You just love it. I just love it.
Because he goes, because normally in therapy, they'd say, let you work out your own answers. Let the patient work it out what they're really saying. But he's like, no, do this. Do what I say. You will be clearer. You'll be more efficient. You'll work harder. You'll be happier. You'll be more content. Do these things. Trust me. So I like that. But we watched the first half an hour and it was quite heavy going. And I think everyone just like reflecting on their own lives a bit. And we went, maybe this is something for another time. So
I'm not going to watch that.
Sach, honestly, when you're on your own, I honestly just give it a go. It's brilliant. I want
something to entertain me.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But basically what you're getting here is solid A1 golden top end psychologist therapist advice that's quite generic and you can apply to your elements of your life for nothing. So that I think for that interesting. But if you want entertainment on a simple level, then I watch Puss in Boots, the new Puss in Boots. Brilliant.
That's not me. That's not me. That's
Puss in Boots.
You know what? There's some good reviews about that because people are saying that it's one of the first film or the only film that's actually openly sort of addressing anxiety issues.
Yeah, it does. And many other things are kind of in there. And I was saying this to Milo. I was going to my son. I was going, this is quite clever. I said, because they're saying this for you, but they're saying this for me. And it's just it's called Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I'm telling you, if you're gonna watch something over the weekend in the cinema with your kids, I don't think you can really go wrong.
Sach is not having any of this.
I'm not. The thing I watched was on the plane actually recently when I went to India. Was I downloaded it onto my tablet and it was it's quite old actually, and I'm surprised I never came across this. It's called The Playlist on Netflix, and it's about how Spotify was made. Has anyone seen that?
Oh. I remember it was Swedish, wasn't it? Where was it from?
It is Swedish. Spotify it was made in Sweden, and it was about how each character sort of played their part for the company to be what it is today. Wow. And Kedge, if there's one thing that you should watch, is this. It's because Spotify has changed the game in the sense of, all we knew before that was buying CDs.
Yeah.
And then Pirate Bay came along, Napster and all of that stuff.
Napster, yes.
So they had to change
LimeWire.
They had to change the game with, how people consumed music. So it was a case of making new technology in a weird sort of way. And you know, the stresses of it. It's blown my mind. Really good. The playlist.
Okay. Big recommendation from Sach, that one.
Lovely. It's all musical. Look, it's actually always goes on the quality music route.
Can I go into the things that I learned first, because it's kind of music related and it kind of relates to the old Walkman thing that we were chatting about earlier, and it's about how there's an app basically that can turn your iPhones, which you guys have obviously, into an old school iPod. So you download the app. It's called RetroPod. And it comes up with the whole sort of screen and the
you
whole
get that little dial and the
whole dial thing and the clicking. And I was like, it's probably good just for, you know, that sort of retro, you know, I'll have a little go on it and then see what happens.
You don't need £350 on the new Sony Walkman.
No, it's just there. It's just there. And I thought that's quite a good idea. I think I might even give that a go. Yeah.
You get that little retro screen, I'm guessing, as well.
Did you boys have an iPod by any chance?
Yeah. I got the big 1 GB one from a dodgy market in Mumbai.
I've still got it. I've still got my
original one. It wasn't a real iPod then.
It was apple, pineapple.
No, so it wasn't that.
No, it was, bruv. It was a box and everything. It was legit.
No, so it wasn't that.
It was legit. It was just a bit cheaper.
So it wasn't an Apple product.
It wasn't an Apple product. It was an Apple product.
Official.
It had the logos. It had everything. It worked like an iPod. It had the same connector. It was official, bro.
Basically the same as your Machino shirt. Okay, fine. That's all you got to say.
Bro, I don't know about it. Go to that market.
I had the iPod, the small one, the first small one that ever came out. It was like a mini one, and I had it had a special color that no one had in. It was like a dark red color. Like it was officially from. It was like nice. It was like a limited edition U2 one or something like that.
I had the big. I remember that. Yeah, I just had the original. I had it. So my version was before that. It was the original big fat black one. You know, the first one was white, but fat one. I'd got the black one with the nice one, sort of ring on it.
And Tommy, I know Tommy still uses his iPod. He's that kind of guy.
Well, it still works. So why would I?
I've got
so
many brilliant mixes on my iPod. I need to keep it alive. Otherwise, it goes. Because now that iPod is not synced with any library. So
it's not synced to anything. That's it. Whatever's on there is on there. That's it. No, it just lives there.
Exactly.
So that's the thing I learned. Okay. That's the app.
Can I go a bit old school as well? Because mine relates to names, and it's weirdly kind of two stories, because story is out there right now of a kid who has been named after his mum's favorite dish from her favorite restaurant. The restaurant was called the Captain's Table in Ireland.
Chips.
And the mum,
Chips.
The mum named, she would have named it. No, she named her kid Pakora. She named her kid Pakora.
Pakora Smith.
Pakora, actually she had a different kind of funky sort of surname, but which I can't remember. But but Pakora as a name. But actually, as the story went on, it turned out, it was a prank that she was doing on this food place. However, there's another article that was going about the rising trends of names for 2023.
Yeah.
And how Pakora on there?
And no, Pakora is not on there. But
Pakora needs to be a name for children. I think we should bring that in. Right?
Because if Gurdas Man had named his son Pakora Man would have been
Pakora Man.
Like
Pakora Singh sounds like somebody who's really important in history. Like, did you hear about the revolution of Pakora Singh?
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Oh, we've got a new MD. Who is it? They're bringing up the Pakora Singh.
It was the rebel leader from Ahmedabad, Pakora Patel Bhai. And he led the
Pakora Patel, you got a great ring to it.
Pakora Patel Bhai would be, I think, was one of the right-hand man to help Gandhi overthrow the British Raj.
I think there's enough love for Pakora for there to be a Pakora hotel, which just does 50 different variants.
Instead of the White Lotus,
the
yellow Pakora.
The brown Pakora.
Oh,
telling you.
Yellow Pakora. Come on. This podcast is full of so many ideas. Rich people do all of this stuff.
I mean, people kind of open up hotels for like health retreats and all of this, and you've just gone down the greasy...
Deep fried. No. Hotel. But the name, we're just giving you the concept, the yellow Pakora. And then that could be the new. It could be the new Radisson,
the golden,
Radisson mean?
Pakora.
Yeah, exactly. Pakora. Yeah. Oh, the golden Pakora. Beautiful.
Yeah, I wouldn't stay there.
But my point is, then the article that was linked to that went on to say how actually what people are using as their inspiration to name their children and what they will be doing for 2023 is picking strong lead names from films. So they said, look out for Maverick. There's already, since Maverick the film, there's already been a rise in Mavericks because of Tom Cruise in Top Gun.
Yeah.
And even Thor. People are calling their kids Thor. Would you name your kid after a superhero?
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
Thor. You could look, but even Evelyn. Evelyn is a name that they said is hardly in use anymore, but that's a bit like Evelyn.
Evelyn was the baddie.
Yeah, but you could then, if you like this, she's a strong character. No one messed with her. She was badass. Evelyn. She was blue as well, which is kind of cool. Anyway, my point is,
that's weird, isn't it?
Names are getting funky. Names are getting creative. There was even a suggestion here that someone is naming their kid Omelette. No word of a lie. I read it in the article.
I can believe that. I can believe that.
Yeah, cracking kid. Go on, Ken.
Right, my one, the thing I learned, which is a brilliant one, especially for the winter sort of temperatures that we're dealing with at the moment, right? Here's the techers that no one thought about. And I was like, when I heard about it today, I was like, oh yeah, this makes a lot of sense. You know, when it's so cold outside and you get into your car and you turn the air conditioning thing on full blast so it sorts your screen out. You know how to quicken that process?
How?
Put your wind flaps down, not the wind flaps, sorry, your sun visors down.
Yeah.
Don't do anything with your flaps.
Yes.
Put them down.
So what should I do with my flaps though, Kedge? If I've got my flaps out as well.
Your flaps are folded, bring them out, right?
Put your flaps out.
Open and
then
hang on. Keeps the heat and circulates it quicker.
One side or both sides?
Both sides. Both sides.
Both sides, of course. Yeah.
So it creates a pocket and it keeps the heat in there and it pushes it back in so it will get rid of all of that stuff quicker. Do this. I've tried it. It works. Go on.
Okay. All right. I'm annoyed because that's something that I should have thought of. I should have just realized the heat's blowing up. So you want to send it back down.
Exactly. How we never figured that out.
Very basic. It's very basic. I'm surprised.
That is a good one. It's not basic. Very good one. You say, but it's basic. But I think the brilliance lies in its basic.
But it's basic because it's like we've got the tools there. We ain't got to install anything.
But no one thought of it. It's because you can't see properly. No one lifts them up and lifts them down.
Yeah, I get it.
There
That's
we go.
A good one. Brilliant.
Love
Brilliant
it.
things we learned.
Love it.
Brilliant podcast as always. I always enjoy it. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. And until next week, Sach, you're back in the UK next week?
I am. We're meeting up.
Yes.
Let's meet up. Let's do it face to face. All right. Until then, have a great week.
Laters.
Laters.
Laters.